Kevin. Good morning. Good morning. I'll be right back. I just realized I forgot the other thing here. All right. So, how was your day yesterday? 𝗵𝗆 is back in town. We've got a pile of photographs that are coming from his person. Just been traveling around. I have to say it's quite an impressive trip. And where are we at? Where are we at? It's Friday today. Happy Friday. And let's see what's going on here. If I can get here. There you go. It's been a week. You know, it's been a week for sure. So hopefully hopefully we get a good solid happy picking in today. And I have to tell you, I've been looking forward to playing the guitar in the morning. So this is still a benefit for my own person, and hopefully it's still a benefit for your person, and you're able to put into practice some of these methodologies that we're using here. And what's been going on anyway? Anything new? Anything? I see Mark. I see Kevin's on board. Good morning, Kevin. Mr. Moderator. That's Mr. Moderator to you, right? 𝗵𝗆 is here. We have Robbie's on board. Good morning. Good morning, Robbie. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. Good morning, bros. Yeah, I think I could let it slide, but I'm just going to bring it into tune here. So here's your A. I've been watching a good friend of mine from Great Britain, from England, as he was my counterpart in sort of a musical ambassadorship, sort of an exchange program, and way back in the day when we were younger lads. And so he emailed me a video today about mountain music and how mountain music works, and how we call it mountain music instead of Appalachian or bluegrass, because, or fiddle tune, or all of that music is kind of under the umbrella of mountain music. And so mountain music could consist of clawhammer, the jaw harp, you know, the old fretless banjo from about 130 years ago. We're playing, I've never seen anyone play bones before. Have you seen them play their cow rib bones? You play them like you would play the spoons. You play the brown paper bag as a drum, kind of. Just an amazing video. So I'll probably share it to the, it was really great to see. I'll probably share it on my YouTube community post at some point today, this weekend. It's that kind of video that you want to see, you know. 𝗶𝗆 I think is that who it is? I think that's it, 𝗶𝗆. Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad you're here with us today. We're just getting ready to do some guitaring. We're getting ready to run some neck, boys and girls. We're gonna do a little neck running. My cousin Peter used to call it. Let's run some neck. Neck running. Yeah, do you ever just kind of noodle around and see where it goes and let your ears be the guides, right? Did I miss something? I missed something here. Robbie said something I missed. Lex, I see Lex jump on. I see Jill's here now. I'm kind of backpedaling a little bit. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. And super cool finish yesterday, Jason. I was listening in while I was headed out. I'll be going back at it this weekend, I'm sure. That's really cool. I forget kind of what did we do? It's been one of those weeks, it's a blur. We were at work until like 9:30, 10 o'clock last night. You know, and up at the days are getting pretty long, the nights are getting pretty short, and it's getting pretty lucid anywhere I turn. I turn my head over here, oh, lucidity. Over here, oh, some more lucidity. So we're just going through a busy spell right now, which is good. We're fortunate. So here we go. Oh boy. You know what? Kind of what it feels like to me right now. Here we go. Ames thought. Oh, good morning. Nadaniya. Is that correct? Is that the name of the tune? Fingers. Oh man. Nadaniya. Can you sing Nade? How did I know that you were going to do that? Let's go see if we can find it. And let's just give us a moment because you've been here patiently asking about that. Nadaniya. Let's take a look. Nadaniya. And see what happens. Oh, Nadaniya. I see something. Song. It's by 𝗵𝗆𝗀. Does that make sense? Do you have an artist that is there an artist that you just forgot again? It's pretty much, it's like being on Screech, you know, as soon as I leave here. So first of all, thank you for bringing new material. Something like that. So maybe it's so flat six. Oh, there we go. So it looks like we're playing like F sharp minor. That song is Nadaniya. That's really great chord progression. So we've got this really nice F sharp minor, and then so Thank you so much, thought. I'm just going to say thought. I don't really aims thought maybe. So F sharp minor. So we're moving from the root to the F sharp minor to the C sharp minor to the maybe it's F sharp minor. A couple of different ways here we could look at this. So F sharp minor to E, and then to C sharp minor, and then to D major 7, right? But it's F sharp minor, definitely F sharp minor, and then E, just to keep it all in open position. We'll talk about the key area a little bit later. So we have the F sharp minor, and then the E, and then the C sharp minor to the D chord, or D major 7. So one of the things that we like to do as acoustic guitar players and electric guitar players, it's not that it's a shameful thing to do. It's that it's just a habit that we can sort of kind of crawl into, and we don't necessarily want to get used to just kind of relying on 2 1 2 3 4. So really want to get, I want to have a really great established picking sequence that isn't sloppy, it's super like calculated. If you're doing any recording at all with your guitar, I see, hey, Mr. Husband is in the house. Yeah, good morning, friend. Good morning, Dan. Yeah, we're talking about, if you look above in the live chat, just the one above you, Ames thought this person's been, Amy, okay. All right, Amy. Amy's been showing up here off and on, and every time she comes with this, are you, I'm not sure. We'll call you Amy. Every time Amy arrives, Amy asks for a song called Nadaniya, and I've been not forgetting, but I've been sort of prioritizing other production elements in my life. And so this morning we decided to give it a quick listen, and so we determined that the chord progression is something to the effect of F sharp minor to E, and then to C sharp minor to D, and then that led me to think, well, it's really easy to just get really sloppy with my rhythm playing, and the only reason I'm really hyper aware of my sloppy rhythm playing is because I record myself playing rhythm guitar all the time. And then that's not the problem. The problem comes when I press playback and I listen to what I've recorded, and it really is a great way for me to observe how to tighten up my rhythmic game, right? Even as something as simple as just kind of just having a plan, you know, what am I playing? And we're talking about this a little later this morning. 𝗨𝗨 is dropping today. This is going to be, and this is definitely something Mr. Husband will be into. It's an in-depth look at Miles Davis' 𝗨𝗨. It's a guitar player's guide to playing basically the formal structure of the song, all of the basic seventh chords in the song, each of the 12 chords we go through like verbatim, and then we put together this walking bass line and melody, you know, melody guitar together. And you're going to love this session, Dan. It comes with a really great free binder and all of the tablatures there that you need. You know, people like you definitely appreciate this kind of stuff. So did this kind of thing with a kind of person like with Dan in mind. So, and my own person, because we love the chords and the melodies, and we want to play them both together on the same instrument, sounding like there are two or more instruments playing at the same time. So have some fun with that. That's going to drop later today. 𝗨𝗨. Miles Davis is a very popular and super influential song. So much to talk about in that piece of music, but alas, the video wasn't going to go on indefinitely. We'll have a series of 𝗨𝗨. This was the first installment of 𝗨𝗨. Lots to talk about here, lots to unpack. All right, let's go ahead and get with a warm-up. Thank you, Amy, for being here. 1 E and a 2, T E and a 4 E and a fingers 3 and 4 on 10 and 12. And thank you for being persistent with your asking. I mean, what a great chord progression, you know, Nadaniya. Did I say that correctly? Nadaniya. It's funny you're here. So I did take some, when I was in England studying music at Leeds or whatever, I did have an opportunity to take some courses in Indian improvisation, and had a really great, masterful teacher who he'd sit on the floor with a turban, you know, and he'd have a sitar and sort of walk us through some, you know, the 𝗧𝗿𝗵𝗆, and, you know, how to balance scales and how, just basically the Indian classical approach to music. And he would translate it to jazz enthusiasts or jazz majors, you know, jazz and contemporary musicians. So it was a really great experience to have, you know. It definitely opened my eyes, right? So we all speak. Music is a great sort of, it's a great leveler, it's a great, like education, it's a great sort of binding agent for all of us. Similar to, you know, how theoretically how education is supposed to function, but even in music you have like regional dialects, and it is a challenge. It is a challenge to absorb all of those the cultural differences and the way that we approach, you know, the way I understood like Indian classical music has a really deep, rich tradition in, it's thousands of years old, right? And I had it explained to me at about the time I was listening to 𝗵𝗆𝗆 did a record with two other musicians. 𝗵𝗆𝗆 did an Indian and a representative from China, and those three musicians, 𝗵𝗆𝗆 being the American banjo player, they did this really beautiful record called Tabula Rasa. And if you haven't heard that record yet, like how in the heck a banjo can fit into that sort of like Eastern sort of global musical approach. He's like just a beautiful representation of what a fine musician is supposed to be, right? So fingers 2 and 3 on 10 and 12. Right, those who work to reduce barriers or reduce access or reduce access, increase access. And just a great record. They did a bunch of folk tunes from each country, each represented, and you would think they've been playing together for a lifetime. Tabula Rasa and 𝗴𝗏𝗆, and you're gonna love it. It's one of my all-time favorite records. I set 𝗚𝗏𝗆 as my morning rise, my ringtone to my alarm on my phone to get me to rise out of bed in the morning. So it's with me every day. It's a record that just doesn't stop giving, you know. And we do some 𝗴𝗏𝗆, you know, they do some John Hardy, you know, they do some of those tunes. And you would never guess like just how well they're performed and received. So fingers 1 and 2 on 10 and 12. So my mate from England ships me this song this morning from his father found this video on YouTube, and it's these 3 blokes, these 3 dudes sitting in the woods talking about, you know, Appalachian music, or what he called mountain music. So mountain music being the umbrella, the catch-all for all of the different genres like bluegrass, Appalachia, sort of like fiddle tunes, and a lot of that mountain music just captures all of that. So he's playing the jaw harp, the guitar, the fretless banjo, the jaw fiddle. I've never seen some of these instruments played. I've never seen anybody play the bones before, and he's playing bones, and I thought, like, real honest to goodness cow bones, you know, rib bones. And he's good at what he does, you know. It's a really cool thing to watch. So the more I just talk about it and get myself ramped up about it, it's worth a share. So I'll likely share. I don't do it a whole lot. I don't share other videos from others on my my community page, but I think I'm going to do that. So you can look forward to that, and I would highly recommend checking it out. It's just super informative and culturally significant, you know. Fingers 2 and 4, working our way down the fretboard this morning. We're working our way all the way down. Yeah, it's just gotta happen. Unfortunately, if we don't do it, it's not going to do itself. It's one of those things. Mountain music, oh yeah, Dan. So Dan can relate to that. Mountain music has so much soul. Why do you think that is, Dan? I was wondering about that same thing, watching this guy play like a little Appalachian riff on a fretless banjo and singing, you know, just singing it, rattling off some words from an old Doc Watson tune or whatever that he learned earlier on. So what is it is it the simplicity that allows the performer to sort of like absorb the material and translate it into their own? I think it's the simplicity, it's the being around the intergenerational sort of folk transfer. That's probably large in part what it is, right? Is that we've been around for a few generations, and we've just been absorbing what our dad and granddad and mom and grandmom, what they did around the fire, you know, or on the porch, right? We've just been absorbing it and then practicing it together in the security of, you know, in the warm and fuzzy feeling of the family unit, which is how it's supposed to be, I think, you know. You can definitely feel that resonance in the tunes. Yeah, and this guy's like quietly good. You know what I mean? Like a sleeper, good. Like he's really gifted and really well practiced, and its fluency is there, and it's apparent in him. So I'll share that video. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I can share that link here. Hold on. Maybe I can find that link real quick. I'll share it in the live chat. At a risk, you guys might run off and chase this down. I'd say you gotta check it out. So here it is. Jerry G spent a little time on the mountain. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the one. Hopefully it's the right link. Can someone check that out for me? If it's not, have to delete it. I think about our fancy guitars and how picky we are, and then you see those old black and white pictures and their instruments, and it's just, yeah, right. It's not the that's not the guitar. It's not the guitar. So that's a good sort of little revelation that we've had this morning. It's not the guitar. Fingers 1 and 4, and on 9 and 12, or 7 and 12, here we go. These exercises are feeling especially great this morning. And I hope they're feeling especially great for you as well. Openly thinking about this, though. You know, you can take it's that age-old argument: is the $40 guitar, you know, valuable? Yes, absolutely. You can't get that sound any other way. But then you have a refined instrument or a refined, you know, samurai sword, and versus something that's sort of like it's not primitive anymore. It's no longer primitive. It's sort of like specialized. They're two separate things altogether, which serve two separate purposes, right? So the craftsmanship does eventually sort of factor into the equation through terminology such as like appreciation. So we might appreciate the differences. If we're a seasoned player, we might appreciate the fine differences. And then others, we might not appreciate those fine differences. We might never need to, right? So there's a large discussion there. There's an entire dissertation to be made there. So the standard finger warm-up is feeling really good, sounding really good this morning to me. I like it. Good. So let's take a look at fingers 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, this is feeling great. It is feeling really good. I think I finally got that weight off my shoulders, Amy. I got Nadaniya out into the open, which is, I'm still kind of tripping on the chord progression. So we're starting with the 2 minor, and then a flat 7 major, and then a 5 minor up to flat 6 major. So that's indicative of the natural minor, relative minor, and or Aeolian mode of the key of D major. So we'd be in a key of 2 sharps, playing it as recorded, the way that we listened to it this morning. So the key of 2 sharps, but we're in the relative minor key. Oh, sorry. So hold on a second. Let me see. F sharp minor. So we'd be in the key of A major, right? If F sharp is the relative minor, that's going to be in the key of A. I'm surprised that you guys didn't hold me down to that. You're being kind to me. So we'd be in the key of 3 sharps because we need that G sharp in there too. And we're continuing right along. We're motoring right along with fingers 1 and 2 and 3. What a great chord progression to play over. What a great chord progression to record for yourself. F sharp minor, E, C sharp minor, and D or D major 7. What a great thing to record and then play back and then just solo over. Practice your F sharp. You know, it's crazy train. It's the same. You know, it's the same crazy train scale that we would play. You know. F sharp, F sharp relative minor, F sharp natural minor, or F sharp Aeolian. this really nice, really great, you know, Amy, I'm really glad, I'm thankful that you stuck it out and you kept coming back. I'm really thankful for that. I'm going back and I'm going to re-listen to it. I'll probably do a backing track and then make it available on my YouTube channel because it's that cool. Plus it'll give me a chance to sort of like, you know, get with my rhythmic chops so I can get, you know, get an interesting sort of rhythmic grid going. So I might do 1, 2 in, so 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2 and 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3, 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a something really simple like that, and just rip it. So fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we'll just kind of get right back on, try to get on track. We'll skip fingers 1 and 2 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 4, and 1 and 3 and 4. We'll just kind of omit those for today, just to kind of stay on track. I might just start, you know, get into like 5 attacks per beat here, just to kind of speed it up a little bit. It is Friday. So we'll celebrate Friday with a little extra speed. How about 16th note to our 16th note triplets? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So maybe 7s. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, da 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 da. The trick is to maintain relaxation through the body while we do that kind of thing. One of those hacks is to continue that cyclical breathing, and as soon as our body tenses up, we cease to be able to do the playing at that level. So yeah, important. Yeah, make a rhythm week might be, maybe a rhythm week might be in the future. Oh, that's a great idea, Kevin. You know, that's a great idea. It could be like, yeah, like every 3rd week or something is actually rhythm week, you know, because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about there. That's a wonderful idea, Kevin. Maybe you want to do one. Are you making any videos yet, Kevin? I know I'm putting you on the spot here. I don't mean to do that, but I know we're all big people here and we can handle it. But great idea, though. Great idea. I'm hearing that. It might take me a couple of times around to hear it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stretch 4. Back to 6 attacks per beat, and I'm really focusing on keeping that pick as close to each side of the string as possible. because once if I don't keep the pick, you know, under control at a lower tempo, you know, there's no hope that I'm going to dial it in at a faster tempo. So this kind of thing would be mechanically perfected at a very slow tempo, at 40 beats per minute maybe, and then I would gradually speed up to 60, and then gradually speed up to 70, and then gradually, eventually, maybe I'm up to 90, you know. But to pick with this kind of control, not moving, you know, not, sometimes when we get quick enough, we have to sort of like just kind of get the palm sort of mounted and anchored somewhere, so we kind of like, instead of moving the whole arm, we have this whole radius to move, and it's just all of this mass that needs to move. It's very slow, and we could without surgery, just kind of plant this area down on the guitar surface, and then instead of having this whole radius move, now we have only this small radius moving, and that really, like, that will, like, by an order of magnitude, increase the speed of your technique, like, overnight. Just keeping the pick as close as we can to either side of the string. I'm on fingers this morning. Thumb, 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 thumb. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you are. As you get closer to the end of this year, have there been any unexpected observations you noticed in your playing? Is that for me? All right, kickstand time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And you'll notice that the calculated approach with just the thumb and the index and my picking hand, the pick is very close to either side of the string. So when I go through the downstroke, it's not going even halfway to the next string. When I go through the upstroke, it's also staying as close to the previous string as possible. And that level of control it takes a lot of time to develop that muscle tissue and the muscle memory to respond that way. I think I sometimes take it for granted. But there is some time involved in this, and it's a beautifully rewarding sequence of events to get to that, just to the point where you're playing 60 beats per minute and 16th note triplets, or 6 attacks per beat. 𝗵𝗆, have there been any unexpected so what we'd call those in agency work would be unintended consequences, right? So the unintended consequences or benefits might be I'm really sort of attentive to string gauge. So sometimes I want more volume out of the guitar, the chitarra, but you know, with 11s on a guitar like this, most of the guitars of this ilk would bear 13ths or mediums instead of 11. So there are these little dynamic ranges that you spend enough time with it, you become aware of these little things. But let me think about that. It's a good question, man. Fair enough. How about you, 𝗵𝗆? How about you? Anybody else want to answer that question? It's off to work I go. Dun-dun-dun. All right. See you later, Mark. let's go ahead and do this expanded version of this. We'll do this one. That way we can do this all just in one fell swoop. I hope you have a super Friday, Mark. That message always gets held for review. Did he do the hammer and then the tap thing? Yeah. We have a new spot, you know, an old friend of mine, I was talking with you about Kurt Mangan. So I guess he was like Ernie Ball or whatever before Ernie Ball Strings, or, you know, the string company, right? So Mr. Mangan, Kurt Mangan is, we're going to use his strings sort of exclusively on the channel in the coming weeks, I think. So, you know, so he's, if you're not familiar with Kurt, with Kurt's stuff, I would encourage you to check his out. You know, his strings are second to none. They wind all of their strings here in the United States, Estados Unidos, and just great products. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love the sound of them too. I'll have some on this rig in probably another week or so, and I'll start changing my strings more frequently maybe. But probably not, because I prefer the sound of, you know, well broken in strings, you know. There's something about a string that when you start playing it enough, and if you run your fingers over the string, you can start feeling the little notches where the strings like come in contact with the fretboard. Boom, 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 right? You can feel those little areas, and that somehow changes the feel of the instrument for me. It changes the way that things feel and the way the strings lay over the fretboard. So I'm not sure if I'd change a whole lot of my habits regarding string change, but certainly look forward to it. Hey, Tropic of Neptune, Tropic of Thunder, I always love that show. Hi Jason, I got a new guitar recently. Congratulations to you. A Gretsch Rancher Falcon in black. Let's see what it is. Let's just see what that is. Gretsch. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm writing over something else I don't want to write over. Yeah, beautiful work, man. Congratulations on that. The gold trim on it looks like it's so nice. Yeah, it's so fun to grab a new instrument, isn't it? We don't need it, but it opens up like it's got a whole bunch of different songs in it. It's a different musical direction. It could be the same style of guitar, but it could be a completely different direction. All things in moderation, Kevin. Thank you for your service and work. That's right. Nice work, Mark. That story about have you heard, what is the name of the record? It's by Daniel Lanois. Mr. Lanois did a lot of mixing for U2 and other people. So I think the record's called Here Is What Is, and the first title track is, not the title track, but the first thing that you hear, I think it's Adrian Belew saying it, and he's telling this story before the record even gets going. There's this little voiceover narration, and he says, yes, it's like a little Indian chest of drawers, and if I thought long enough and hard enough about that chest of drawers, it could literally change the direction of my entire life. And that's how sensitive some of us get to the story, you know, to the narration, to the narrative of the thing. So yeah, I think a new instrument or a different instrument or new to you instrument can always be of benefit, you know. So I'm working through the pentatonic shapes. just kind of getting these back under the fingertips again. Shape number 2. If you're here, I bet you've already got the download. If you haven't already gotten the download, let me know and I'll share the link in the description right now, in the live chat right now. But if you want the free download, it's a 6-page binder about the 5 shapes of pentatonic. It's a brief study and an introduction into the thought process of how those 5 shapes link the guitar together into the, basically the fretboard becomes a point of infinite density. Do you need it? All right, let me go ahead and just get it for you. I'll put the link, I'll drop it right now. We'll come right back. Let me go ahead and just bear with me for one moment. And I have an 𝗴𝗵𝘆 to, that's not the one. All right, so here it is right here, minor pentatonic blueprint. It's the blueprint that you want. There are some other things, once you go to, you'll have to go through like a checkout process, but it's free. And there you'll note, what you'll notice is there are other videos or other binders that are also free for you. And so take advantage of that, because those are the little nuggets that we need in order to kind of, advance our guitar practitioner careers. I think the binder today for today's session, Solar, is going to be a really good one to kind of have and hold on to, and it's easily worth, I'd pay $150 for it because of how I got the information and how I came to be able to do that. It cost me, a plane ticket to the UK. It cost me, a sizable chunk in education, and all of that time associated with that. So it's, it's really not, you can't really put a price on it, obviously, but I think it's important to shape number 4. I think it's important to share as much as I can to help sort of, keep the torch moving forward, I guess, if you will. I think that's important, and to make it accessible, some pieces of it, But other pieces, you've got to be motivated. You've got to really want it to go the extra distance, and that's sometimes accompanied by a sort of a financial agreement or a fiscal note. In order for the thing to happen, to keep the lights on, sometimes there's a fiscal note attached to things, but not this time. Hey. Okay, that's well, it's not really where I was going with it, Tropic of Neptune, but I will graciously accept that. Thank you so much for this. That's a real benefit to your character, I think, that you did that. So I really appreciate it. And just being here, just keep in mind, we definitely appreciate any super chat you can afford to send whenever you can send it. But keep in mind the most important investment is your really, I know it sounds hokey and it sounds kind of, the real investment is you spending your seat time to keep the guitar moving forward, right? That's the trick. That's the real investment right there. So, but I appreciate you sharing some of your hard-earned money with us too. So definitely appreciate that. And the last shape is 242414142424. Gotta say thanks for you sharing your knowledge. I appreciate that. I really do. And hopefully, you're using it for good. And I know people who are here are using powers for good, you know. That's it. Yeah, it's funny how we don't have a whole lot of trolls that come in and out of this live chat. Maybe Kevin's doing a better job than we think, you know. Maybe he's fending off all of the slings and arrows. I don't think we have a whole lot of those kinds of people that are coming by to just throw the mud around, you know what I mean? Fortunately for us, we're able to keep a pretty well-tuned live chat, a lively live chat, focused on just playing the guitar and warming up with the guitar in the morning and being appreciative that we can do this in peace, because this can change at any moment, right? All of this can change in a moment's notice. So it's been better. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So it has been better. I've been feeling it, you know, it's been a little bit better. So all right. So why don't we talk a little bit about let's go back to Nadaniya, because it's such a great example. We know these chords, you know, F sharp minor and then E major. If you put sharing and respect out into the world, it will return tenfold. Yeah, it's tropic. It's so difficult that sometimes I have friends I hike with, literally has a tattoo of, this is a great man, a warrior man, has a tattoo of Jesus carrying his cross on the back of his calf, right between his lower knee and his ankle. He's right in the middle. It's just a black, and you know, and all in Christ I can do all things, or whatever. And then once in a while I'll see him on Facebook just like burning it down. It's like he's looking at too much social media, and it's just like it gets in your bones, and it gets in there and kind of you can rot you away, you know. So I think anywhere we can share good messaging, it's important, you know. That's no joke, man, no joke. And then even the best of us are going to have we're going to turn around and oh geez, my wife's turned into a pile of salt, you know. Imagine Job. But even the best of us we're still going to be human, you know. And that would be kind of a cool song, but I want to head back into the F sharp minor world, and then E major, and then C sharp minor. So we're using some bar chords here, and don't mind my guitar being a little out of tune. We can experiment with something as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4 with a little palm mute. And I don't know, this is sort of like a guitar store trick. Any good person, any great salesman at a guitar store will pick up a guitar and play a couple of things, you know, noodle around. They don't play too much, but there's always that chord there's a difference between playing the chord wide open. Yeah, amen, fish. There's a difference between playing the chord wide open and then with a little palm mute meat on it, you know. And then you can open it up halfway through the chord by lifting off the palm mute. You start with the palm mute and then you lift it off as you go. That is one of the best guitar tones ever. I mean, if you can master that sound, where you start with the palm and then you kind of like heat it right up, just kind of like it goes from low simmer to like stir fry by the all in one chord, you know. So boy, if you can do that, you're really doing something. So I would say this is a great opportunity to practice how good we can make one strum sound, and try to avoid doing this, you know. to avoid that for now because that's sort of a crutch. We don't need a crutch. We're capable rhythm guitar players. So this is where the rubber meets the road, playing clean, effective rhythm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we anticipate what's called the anticipation on the E. We play it one beat beforehand, and so we do the same thing with the D. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's go ahead and try one more thing where we can sneak that 𝗵𝗆 back in to kind of like make it feel all warm and fuzzy, like it's a really round sound. So be in control of every little thing you do on your guitar. And then what happens if I play lighter? Can you hear your hand? Can you hear the noise on your guitar? When you move your arm around? If you can hear it, the microphone in the studio is definitely going to hear it. So all of these things we have to work around in order to get a Nashville clean sound. Oh, let's figure out which scale we're playing here. So we're playing F sharp minor, relative minor, A only, and natural minor, whatever. So it's, let's think about, it's that same, you know, whatever that song is. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song before, but it's that scale. So we have 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, and then flat 7 and 1. Hit the like button. That's right. Hey, you're right. Marco's in the house. Marco, I got it down, I think. Nice job, Tropic. Yeah, that's where it's at, man. I think of the sound like a physical touch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great remark right there, Marco. So let's think about what, I've got that scale here. Why don't we try it on position 4 up an octave so we can get it away from what we're playing for chords. We're getting ready to jump for the day, but I wanted to share this with you real quick. 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4. Nope. Don't forget, we have an obligation. We've got a date with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we need to get back to be, we're obligated to play those chord strums. And then we can provide fills so long as we can manage them. Oop, I missed it, you know, but we've got to be on the rhythm, you know. We could use those arpeggios, but there's a lot going on here that we're going to unpack later on. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We've got a ton of fun stuff coming up. We have our last chord chemistry experience from section 8 chord reference charts. After this weekend, we'll be moving on. Keep an eye out for Solar. You're going to need that in your repertoire. I've got to warn you, it's going to be a tremendous, potentially a tremendous amount of work, but every time you revisit that song, it's going to pay off time and time and time again. So keep an eye out for that. That'll drop soon, and I really hope you guys have a happy weekend. And I'm thinking I might have missed Kevin signing off maybe, but anyway, I hope you guys all have a super day and a super weekend. I'll see you over the weekend. Some premieres and stuff. Thanks again, Tropic of Neptune, for your super chat, and thanks for being here to keep the. Oh, here we go. I see him right here. Kevin, have a great weekend, everyone. Until we meet again. That's awesome. There's a Clapton song that this is reminding me of. Oh yeah, I remember from the Unplugged record. Are you talking about the Unplugged record? Have a quiet weekend, all. Oh, great weekend. Yep, you too, Robbie and Fish. Have a good day, guitar weekend, everybody. And Pat Benatar song too. Oh, there you go. I'm out. Happy picking, everybody. Happy picking.